Oh my God. At 12:29, I mean, are you serious? You couldn't even get the half out of it? What a joke. You guys here? What's up? Oh, we're back on? All right, we're here. We're queer, and we don't want to have any more bears. And if you don't know where that's from, go watch some Simpsons. What's up, y'all? I think this is live. Is this on? Does anybody hear me? Guess what I'm going to say? Take a wild guess. It's the greatest day of trading in the history of trading. Of course it is, because we know what we're doing, right? It's not about whether the market's up or down. It's about knowing what to do, knowing where to use your skill set, and taking advantage of what's being presented to you. And today, if you could believe it, I was talking about this yesterday, I'm looking for some residual selling at the open. So before we get into this conversation, I was short the Qs today and I made money. That's right. That's how great I am. Now, I'll qualify that statement by saying I'm a loser. You know why I'm a loser? Because I was good enough to get involved in the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, knowing that shorting is short-lived and I'm going to die, covering near the lows, getting stopped out. Now, if I was the greatest trader on earth, I would have covered and went long like I'm supposed to. But at least I'm covering down there, everyone else getting long the trade, and everyone's having a gay old time. And then, if you guys know about Marvell, right? The reason I was getting short in the first place on the Qs, wonderful trade, and your hero had no part of it whatsoever. I missed a 1 minute multi-day VWAP break. Sorry, 1 minute faux show bro break. I missed a double bottom, fake him out, shake him out, multi-day VWAP break. I missed a 1 minute multi-day VWAP break, and then I missed a rollover. Finally, took a little short for a second, but squadouche. But let me go back to this trade right here. It's CRM, my friends. If you've been waiting, and I know some of you have been, if you've been coveting it, if you've been searching and wondering and wishing and praying and hoping and swimming, loving and fishing and swishing, for that trade to show up, there it is. So this is CRM. Why are we looking at it today? You guessed it, they reported earnings. Now, lots to talk about right here. But the first thing is, let's say you're just getting started in this wonderful endeavor known as day trading. And you want to know about that trade that works every time. And you're also afraid to trade the pre-market. So the pre-market does what for you? It gives you a heads up of some action. So here's CRM, ripping, prior day VWAP gets rejected. It's a short. But you're not trading pre-market because you're scared. I appreciate that. You're also not trading the open because you're scared. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate the fact that you're staying patient, waiting for the proper setup for the trade that works every time. So do you have to trade pre-market? Nope. Do you need to trade the open? Nope. But knowing what's going on pre-market and at the open gives you the setup that you are waiting for to take. And that is the fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break on an earnings report, which led to the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, the trade that hasn't failed in 5 years. There it is. So let me walk through those steps again. Kenny, I'm afraid to trade the pre-market. It seems like there's a lot of action in the pre-market. Should I trade pre-market? No, don't. You're not missing out on anything, but learn from the pre-market action. Kenny, man, a lot of these trades happen right at the open. I'm afraid to trade the open. Maybe I should be trading the open. No, don't. Don't. You'll get there. But right now, if you're getting started doing this, Take as little risk as you can possibly take. So you don't want to trade pre-market. You don't want to trade the open. You want to wait for the setup. And those setups are around what happened in the pre-market and the open, around the VWAP, and that's where you want to be. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, and your entry point is right there at 175 using the 173 pivot and the 170, 175. Clearly defining your risk because it's already showing you that's important. Then you got to the VWAP, and then it gets to the prior day VWAP where you're selling, and then you raise your stop to the prior breakout where it got a few of us and then rallied. And then we go back to old school trading where 180 gets you 182.50. Nailed it. And while you're doing that, you take a look at 2 days worth of VWAP, and you look at 3 days, and you look at 4, and you look at 5, and you see if that helps you out at all. But right now, it's all about that fake out, shake out, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal trade. You sold into the move, you got stopped out, wonderful trade. And all I'm in right now is this miserable freaking AGQ. Let me show you why. And I think you see why. So here's your 1 minute. There's your multi-day. Missed it. Came back. Missed it. Came back. Didn't miss it. Bought it on the way back up. I thought I'd be getting paid a lot more on it. This trade stinks because I'm in from over here, not over here. So I got to take some quick profit on it. And my stop is sitting there at the 111 and the 110.62. Hopefully it doesn't break down, but it's been a stinker. But we're made a little bit of money off it so far. Still in a little bit. What else we got? Oh, I'll tell you what we got. We got the quantum stocks, right? They rallied. They sold off yesterday. What? You think they were going down? We don't go down anymore. So you wait for them to turn. And when's the best time to buy a stock? When they faux show at prior day VWAP and get back above the 1, testing the 1, and now the shorts are getting their heads caved in like they do every day for the rest of our lives. You just keep victimizing these shorts, and you'll be a much better trader. So for all those questions that you ask, well, Kenny, I'm afraid to trade pre-market. Good, don't. Oh, a lot of these trades happen so fast at the open. I don't know if I want to trade the open. Good, don't. There's plenty to go around. Because look how lovely this rigatoni turned into, right? What time was that? That's at 10:30, Holmes. You missed all that wonderful move. You didn't miss shit. Holds the VWAP, starts to rally off it. Buy it. You're risking 20 cents, 50 cents tops, blue line, orange line. And then we have Oracle. You guys were with me at Oracle 2 weeks ago, right? We bought options and the market went down the next day. We all lost on the options. What's happened since? Nothing except consolidation, ready to rip. And today, it finally broke that level. So what do? You buy it. 198.50. 200 got us 202.50. 202.50 hopefully gets us 205. Stock looks like it's on a collision course to 208. And then there was the UMAC trade. Now I'm going to try to insult a couple of you guys, right? I'm sure you're out there and this conversation is going to hit home. Remember how pissed off you were about politicians trading stocks? Oh, that Nancy Pelosi fucker with her NVIDIA trade. Oh, how does she make all this money? How does that guy make all this money? He's just a politician. So when the other guy does it, you have to have that same what's the word I'm looking for? That same appalled feeling. Or you do what you should be doing. Who gives a shit? Every politician's a criminal. They're all complicit in the crime. Hate on them all. Don't pick and choose and be a hypocrite. If you hated Nancy Pelosi, then you got to hate Trump too. Don't be a hypocrite. Teach your kids better. Or fuck it all and join in. If you didn't think the government was going to give UMAC a contract any day after Trump said he's putting his boys on the board of directors at Unusual Machines and they own 30 million shares of the stock, oh, it's just a coincidence that they announced the Pentagon deal? Be part of the manipulation. Be part of the rigging. Be part of the blatant manipulation in front of your eyes. Don't be hypocritical about it. Join in. Because they're doing it right out in the open now. Remember when Trump said something about Intel? Hey, we're buying Intel. What'd you think? What you think the stock was going to go down? It's up 80 points since he made that announcement. Be part of it. At least he's telling you ahead of time. Hey, we're buying some Intel right here. The government's getting the government is trading now. The government's a bunch of day traders now. Plus, they support the market, obviously. But now they're involved, and they're telling you they're involved. The jig is up. The news is out. And you'd be doing it too. So a couple other trades we're in, other than this piece of shit AGQ, is open. We just bought some $5 calls at 4 cents. No, they're not 4 cents anymore. They're 7 cents now. We're looking at, you guys remember Clove? Remember CLOV? You guys met me about 2 years ago. Remember how awful this stock was, but how awesome it really is, right? When I told you, this stock has a bid. I don't know how to explain it, but every time it goes under $2, it looks like it's going to go to zero. They rally at 100%. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and here for the biggest one of them all, where it finally actually broke under $1.75. No reason to think it was going to come back this time, and yet it does. Because nothing goes down anymore. Because once things turn, the shorts are nervous. They have to cover. The longs get excited. The money gets divided. Now they're broke, and it's no joke. And you get a stock that goes up 300%. There is so much going on. And if you just stay long biased and embrace the horror that every stock's about to go up 1,000x, you'll start to see this market for what it is. A manipulated casino, rigged video game. And you'll trade much better because that's all it is. The only people losing money are shorters. Yesterday and this morning, we had 2 very specific reasons why we shorted the Qs, and each one of them worked. But if you lose focus for 1 second, you forget the mantra. Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Trade's over. That's it. You're not debating, right? You're not here to debate with a market that doesn't go down. Don't be delusional. It doesn't go down. And even when it does, it doesn't stay down. And if you need proof, that's what VWAP's there for, which is why I say VWAP has saved my life. Because I am that delusional shorter that does think the market can still go down every once in a while. I got to live the nightmare. Again, it's not really a nightmare for you longs, but I love volatility. My best month of this year was February into the middle of March. But man, these leverage stocks, you guys know about ORCX? Come on now, right? Instead of having to buy Oracle for the guy that says, well, I can't afford to trade a $200 and something stock. Well, good. Buy the $47 version of it. Even better. $45 stock goes up 3 points. Nice. And by the way, don't sell any more Oracle. It's finally breaking out. You're looking for at least 4 more points, and then another 8, and then another 100. Right? You got the turn. Once they turn, they burn. Turn and burn, baby. Turn and burn. Where are we going? 108.82. What's going to happen there? That's going to be a yearly multiple time frame VWAP break and a double top break. Where are we going to go after that? 218, 235, and 260. Probably not tomorrow, but that's how you find new day trades. You know Oracle's about to go up 60 points, right? You could swing it if you want. I'm not. But I know I could come back tomorrow, and if it gives me a chance to buy it, I know it's about to go up more. So I could wait for a faux show or a VWAP break or whatever the case may be. You know you're trading Oracle tomorrow. If you're in it, you're already thinking I'm holding it overnight. And that's how you do overnights. If you're in the Oracle from 200, which I know most of us are, now you're thinking there's no way you're selling any more of it. You sold 202.50. You're looking for 205. You're thinking 208, 260, 200, 9,000, 25 million. It's Oracle. This thing got thrown away as if it was some bullshit stock. It's back. And she's pissed. And she's got some making up to do. So whatever happens today on Oracle, you know you're coming in tomorrow to trade this bad boy. So in fact, you wanted to chop around a little bit today, maybe even confound the bulls, convince the moron bears that it's going to go down, and then it's going to faux show bro again, and tomorrow we're going to rip heads off again by buying the 205s or the 207s or the 210s as this thing rips to 230 tomorrow. I'm already planning what I'm doing 3 days ahead of schedule. Like I knew I was coming in today to short the Qs. Then the trade set up. I did what I could. I made that money knowing that it wasn't going to last. And it's a freaking miracle it even worked in the first place. But I already know what I'm doing. I know I'm holding this open overnight because I'm in at a sick price. It's about to rip heads off. Right? $5 calls at 4 cents. They're trading at 11 by 12 now. You sell half. Now it's a free trade. Let's go, people. You love this stock. It's a free-for-all, people. It's a free-for-all. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to be beyond meat. You know that's the next stock to go. Right? Come on. It's the only stock that hasn't come back yet. I think in the 900 stocks that I follow, again, I guess I follow like 3,000 stocks. This is the only one that hasn't had a monster move yet. It's due. But that's because that's the stupid market we're in right now. People are literally looking for the dumbest shit, the more worthless, the better. This qualifies. Because now that Clove was the last one for me. This was it. This was the one. This was usually the last stock to go. And now this thing's up over 150%. There's only one left. I can't even think of any more stocks because every single one has had a parabolic move. Somebody mentioned HMNY. That's funny because somebody even knows that stock. HMNY. Remember HMNY? That was another 8-ball stock. He was trying to explain to me why this company was going to be the second coming of of Microsoft. HMNY. Yeah. You don't remember this one. There you go. MobX. Where's that one? How about BlazX? BOLZF. There you go. What happened to this stock? It's got a total value of 4 cents trading on it today. $4. 34 shares traded on it at 50 cents. $75 worth of movement on this one. By the way, if this company, they make a breathalyzer for weed, which I thought was a great idea, considering everyone's a pothead now. No more drunk driving. Everybody's high driving. Meanwhile, dog shit. And yesterday I told you about this one, right? Codex. Come on, the Codex. You guys like Superman, right? You know what the stock is? This was a COVID stock. And they blah, 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 did something with COVID, but then they went to zero again. It's a reverse stock. It doesn't matter. It's worth negative $13. But it woke up the other day. They wake up, next thing you know, you go in 10x. You see what? I'm not exaggerating. 10x. It's gone up 1,000%. On what? Nothing's changed at Codynamics Incorporated. Oh my God, if this AGQ doesn't break the high today right now, I'm going to throw my coffee cup right through the screen. So if you guys are out there, right, and you think you could handle working for me, because it ain't any kind of fun. Because I'm going to give you the biggest, I'm going to rip your head off. But in a good way. That's the way I teach you. I give you the names. You trade the names I give you only. And you trade the names that I give you only when the setups that I teach you or the ones that I want you to be in come into fruition. And that's it. Because I want to be able to go looking for other names. Here's what this one's going to do. And then and again, now I'm in this AGQ trade, and I'm now riveted by this one trade that I'm in. I don't want to be in it. I'd rather be looking for other things to do right now. I want to be checking on Marvell. I want to be checking CRM. I want to check the Qs. I want to check other things. But I got to keep my eye on this thing because I'm in it. And by the way, if it finally breaks the high of the day, whew, man, what an annoying trade this is. By the way, I got freaking hammered last week. What was that? 2 weeks ago. I lost $5,000 trading the stock in like minutes. Annihilated. Didn't even get a chance to fight back. It's just freaking awful. But now, as earnings season comes winding down, right, we got 2 or 3 weeks right in limbo. This is where I want to sit back. We'll do the class January something or other. Right after that class, I want to see if we could maybe do this again. So the idea was, hang on. You paper trade. I want to see if you can pay attention. Paper trading. It's not about the P&L. I just want to see if you understand what we're trying to do here. Right? And then we start with small size. You're not buying 8,000 shares of CRM. You're buying 300 shares. You're selling it in 100 share increments. But I will give you the playbook, right? I will give you the playbook of what I need you to do, and then you do it. You can't. The one guy that waited, I was mad because he didn't get involved in anything because he was waiting for specific instructions. Like, please buy me 300 shares of this stock right at this price, place the stops here. I need you to know that part. So when I give you the name and I say, listen, if CRM breaks VWAP, be in it. Don't wait for me to say, please buy me 300 shares of CRM at 175. Place your stop at 173 and a quarter and 170, 171. You need to know that part. So when I look over it to see your account and you're in the CRM, you get to live. You're not, you're fired. And if you're not in a CRM trade and you happen to be in some other bullshit name, then you got issues. Then I send Solid Jello to your house. I just need you to follow the rules. These trades are working. And this is the greatest trading market ever. And I need to be a bigger part of it. And if you're in this AGQ, would you it breaks a high and goes up 5 cents? Oh my God. 5 whole cents. You got to be kidding me. It's waiting for me to sell it. That's it. This is literally waiting for me to exit my last 200 shares. It just wants me out. I'm not selling. Yo! Many? I got 6 of them, yeah. Bet. I like that phrase is back. The kids are using bet again. Here you go! AGQ, you goddammit. There you go. I just sold 8 more shares at $12.50. All right. I got now. Yes, I still got it. How you like me now? Q's new highs, by the way. Man, these Qs, if you don't think we're going to be seeing 750 tomorrow afternoon going away, come on now. Come on now. If you don't think the 750 is going to be printing tomorrow, please. Please. All right. On a lighter note, right? Let me just talk about what we're witnessing right now. And by the way, if you're in the AGQ with me, thank fucking God. At least we got $1 out of some of it. Ugh. 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 Let's talk about what's happening here, right? And where you want to be going in through 2016. I'm going to be 55. I got at least another 5 more years going strong. I got to stop smoking weed. And then I'll get another 10 years out of this, right? Anyway, the point I try to make every day, everybody's got the fear of missing out. Usually you're getting involved in something that you probably are chasing because of that fear. There is no fear of missing out. You see how this is every single day. You have an opportunity, right, to make ridiculous money. And it's even on a trade like this open, right, where I'm buying, I'm goofing around. I bought 40 options at a nickel, $200. Because that's what I felt like doing, right? Now that $200, right, is worth $450. But that's just one example. As we sit here each day and you're witnessing how awesome VWAP trading is and range breaks and getting into the ebb and flow and understanding market mechanics, any day, tomorrow, the next day, you could just step up your size and start killing it. I know, you know, that's what you know. Once you get the skill set, then you can make any day the greatest day of your life, the greatest trading day of your life. It's not about what the market's doing per se. Oh my God, you see what the market did today? We had a great day. Every day's a great day. Every day's a great day. So, I give the example, like somebody that's watching me on the internet since '07. So we had one of these guys literally been watching me on YouTube since '07. Finally joined the room. Hey, how are you? Good to see you, by the way. Thank you for joining finally after 20 years. I finally convinced the guy I knew what I was doing. Jimmy's back, by the way. No, I'm only kidding. It's not Jimmy. But let's say you've missed out on this market these last 25 years or these last 8 weeks of awesomeness. Yeah, it's a little upsetting. You missed stocks going up from $80 to $340 like a VICR, but it doesn't matter because any day you come in with the skill set that I bestow upon you, you could take size up and make that the best day of your life. So when I say it, this guy who's been watching me for 20 years, he walks in here, he's got a $600,000 account. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to fuck with whatever you got, Kenny. All right, you buy an Oracle, bang, the dude's in 3,000 shares, stock goes up 8 points. He just made 24 grand. And that's how it is. Every day, at any time, and obviously there's the other side, the flip side of that coin, you could blow yourself up in a day. But when you have that skill, the fear of missing out goes away. And you know that you could make any one of these days the best day of your life. Like, look at these $5 calls now on open, right? This guy's buying 450 options. Because he's got that, he's feeling it. He appreciates what's happening. He understands how well these trades are working. 450 options at 4 cents. They're at 14 now. That's a nice payday. You're all capable of doing that. Prop firms, well, my prop firm, the original prop firms, we weren't scams. The scam now is when they ask you for money to be part of a contest to get funded. That's scammy. You got to talk to Minotaur about that. He's done it. I think he's actually won a contest where they did give him a funded account. I don't know about that stuff. I know my prop firm, we were the original prop firm. We did it the right way. You put in $25,000, we gave you 50 times buying power, which was insane. Sorry, no, not 50. Yeah. You put in $25,000, we gave you $500,000 to play with intraday, which was insane. But we had tripwires, circuit breakers. You never were able to use our money. If you lost 25 grand a day, you were shut off, or we usually had limits on you. But now it's a different game, and that game is coming to an end because of the pattern day trader rule coming to an end. Right. Most of them are just looking for fees. Yes. They're just looking for you to lose. And that was another scam that I don't want to call my partner, but once I found out what the scam was, that's when I left. My friend at the time was running his own firm. It was not mine. This was what he was doing. I was just part of the education wing of his company. He knew most traders lost money, right? So he was charging $12,500 for a 10-day course. I was part of the 10-day course. I did 1 day on options, right? And then I managed the chat room. That's how I got born into this chat room thing, doing it on a daily basis. Long story short, you paid the guy $12,500 for this course, and then he would say, all right, I'm giving you a funded account. And the idea was he put $2,500 of that 10 grand in the account. You were funding your own account. He made it seem like you were getting it as like a bonus for taking the course. You can look at it either way. You guys following me? So then with that $2,500, he was giving you $50,000 buying power. So 20 times your money. But here's the catch, kids. You were on a fake account. The money was never really in the market. He actually put you in a day trading account, a paper trading day trading account where you thought you were really trading because he just assumed you would lose money. So if you lost the $2,500, he would say, all right, well, you have to re-up. And if you actually did make money, then if you wanted to cash out, kind of like Madoff, if you ever asked for the money, yeah, he'd find you the money and pretend that you had a real account, but nobody ever made money. And he never had to worry about it. Plus, he was running these credit card scams, which is why I was like, once he started talking about that. So, again, credit cards, the biggest scam in this industry is the recurring charge. Most people would blow their accounts up and never cancel the subscription with him for the chat room, and he would be proud of it. These guys haven't showed up in 6 months. I'm banging them out for $500 a month. I was like, oh, and you're proud of that? You're the worst fucking human being I've ever met. And that was the last I ever spoke to the guy. Best move I ever made. That was around 2006. But yeah, there's so many scams in the industry. Yeah, that's, that's a big part of that's the danger of it. And what's worse, yes, hard to withdraw. You just took the words right out of my mouth. There was another guy where you just couldn't get your money. Even when you made money, he'd only let you cash out once a month. What if you need the money tomorrow? Oh, no, you got to wait. Because he had to like maneuver shit around so he could pay you out. And then what was worse is when you're waiting for your payout, suddenly the company went out of business. And his name was Oliver Velez, people. He's still out there scamming people. He shut down his company twice and took everybody's money. I don't know how this dude's still out there. But that's the peril also, because obviously he's skated by. He's skating by where the law is, right? I know he scammed people out of the money. I know some of the victims. I know the dude. I know that guy because he was working with this other scammer that I know. And it's just like, those are the guys that tarnish the industry and make it harder for me and Solid and people that are trying to do the right thing. That's why you need a father with money. Oh, Codex. There you go. By the way, this is completely dog shit, this stock right here. I just mentioned it yesterday because I saw a massive volume in it. And here you go, right? The next day it follows up with another 75%. It's pretty wild, this market. That's why there is no missing out. Every day is another monster. Like, who even remembers MNTS, right? Our best friend from 2 days ago. Where is it? Oh my God, it's actually still hanging in there. Remember QUCY? Well, this bad boy still at $3. T3 wasn't bad, except, I worked there, but I went there to use the studio and the cameras, and all they wanted to do was, steal my member base. Wasn't a good experience. See, that's where I was transitioning. Yes, in a gay way. See, when I was working at T3, I was just trying to transition from just trading. I wanted to be just doing more commentary and videos, and that's where I thought it'd be a great place. But all they wanted me to do was trade. I'm like, I don't really want to trade right now. I just want to talk and help people and do videos, use your studio. Ugh, it was just a mess. That was a big, colossal waste of time. Even me and Solid weren't like friends for a while because of it. But luckily, we worked our way through that. And here we are. Here we are, the best of the best now. Because all the experiences that I've had have made me this person I am now. And now I truly, Ever deal with any gamblers that you know? What do you mean? I know a lot of gamblers. What do you mean by that? Hey, man, I was born into gambling. I told you my story of my bookie living next door to me. Speaking of that, shout out to Pasquale again. I don't know if you guys know about that. My sister-in-law's parents both passed away in a 10-day span. It was, I really wasn't talking about it too much, but her father was a gangster bookie back in the 70s and 80s. And just hearing the stories, that he would tell me the same stories because he wasn't all together at the end there. He would tell me the same stories over and over and over again. And I loved them every time. So much fun. Back when the phones, you had to take, crazy stuff. Sports gambling, yeah. That's why I like what we do here. This is all sports gambling to me. At least we have like an edge. That's why live betting is the best thing that's ever been invented. Imagine having to call Pasquale to try to cash out of your bet in the middle of a game. They never even took phone calls after the game started. By the way, those $5 options are at 14 now. Thank you very much. They're printing the 550s at 3 cents now. Oh, Billy. See? Good thing I sold them at 11 cents. You should go to like 50 cents tomorrow. Oh, bro. All I got left right now is AGQ. I stink, but at least it's at the high of the day. Oh, brother. There you go. AGQ, new highs. You think I get 115 out of this today? Come on. Come on, baby. Give me some real money. Sitting around this chop for freaking an hour and a half already. Oh, yeah, you're all good with the open trade. I'm out. This thing's going to $30 tomorrow. By the way, if opens at like $20 tomorrow, I'm gonna have to take a week and a half off. I don't know if I could take that pain. Because you know this thing's gonna be at 750 tomorrow. I'm gonna be freaking out. Listen, after the VICR trade, right? You guys understand? You don't want me in these stocks with you. I'm like cursed. Other than day trading, and still even with trading intraday, I'm always selling early. You'd rather me not be in your stock. Look what I did for you guys by selling VICR at 98 bucks. Right, I bought it at 63. It was at $98 the next day. I wound up selling it at $85. I didn't even trade it again until it was 250. Oh, bro. I stink at this. By the way, you know who's really good at this? The Wizard. I don't know if you saw the Wizard typing in how the Wizard was buying the dip on the quantum stocks. Look at this. Look at this turn. Sick. By the way, the Wizard, if I ever get the Wizard to do a presentation, the Wizard's never going to present, but the Wizard is someone who started with a $5,000 account in, the pattern day trader thing. She got warned twice, but that's it. You get warned 3 times. They shut you down for like 10 days. But, 20 shares here, 50 shares here, 4 shares of, she's in Tesla at 185 with 12 shares. That shit adds up. She's in AMD from 180 with, 22 shares. It adds up. monster trades now. She took a $5,000 trade account and turned it into, close to 40,000 in the last 2.5 years. That is some talent. She wants to give me credit for it. I give you the credit for it. You're the one who held the AMD this whole time. Phenomenal. She took me serious when I said I was going to go to 500. I'm glad somebody did. And I don't know where the Dungeon Master, the chocolate, Willy Wonka, you in here? We got to give you a new name. There it is, the wizard. She walks amongst us. There's the wizard. Oh my God, I never know when you're here. The wizard, greatness walks amongst us right here. I think that's right. Don't you like the Wizard of Oz, right? That's why you call yourself the wizard. That's why the wizard's asking me the other day, what do you think about quantum? I'm like, well, if you like it, I'm going to buy it. Fucking wizard. By the way, that's why my illegitimate son doesn't show up anymore. He doesn't need me anymore. I showed him the ways. He doesn't even return my phone calls anymore. Which is kind of insulting. What the hell happened to Fatty? Yeah. Doesn't even return my phone calls anymore. I'm too busy. I'm just living off that $5 million on that AMD trade now. He's got to be up at least a 2.5 million on the trade, at least. He's in from where we got him in on the original $7.50, $7.50 from the original Andy Dufresne. See, that's why you need the market to crash, so it sets up Andy Dufresne's and monster moves again. Sometime in 2023. Sorry, 33, when the market crashes again. You see, and this is my life. I'm not joking around. It hurts, right? What am I in? I'm in this AGQ. Look what it's doing. Look at the waste of time. I mean, I'm glad it's trending up now finally and making some money. But this is the kind of nonsense that I find myself in. These grinding trades where I got to work. Do I load up on the Oracle? No. And that one just rips 8 points. Oh, whatever. 6 points. I got to be in the one that just is a grind. Oh, I'm loving Oracle tomorrow. Yeah, for shit sure. So I'm hoping it pulls back to that 200 again. And by the way, I bought LightPath again, right? Because, when I was in Nashville, I was like, holy shit, LightPath. And you see, the last 5 days, here's 10 days worth of LightPath, right? So we bought it while I was sitting there in Nashville with the Nokia on the Friday. I'm still in it, right? But look, the last couple of days, even if you didn't own it, faux show, bro, VWAP break, 2 points. Today, faux show, prior day VWAP hold, VWAP break. You get $1 out of it. as much as I love a lot of these stocks, you could trade them still without having to own them. Obviously, you throw LightPath on the back burner now in your other account. Obviously, it's doing exactly what it wanted. Faux show, bro, on the earnings day, held the multiple time frame VWAP. You broke out, you pulled back, and now you faux show broed again. There's no way to think this thing's not getting into the 20s. And that's where the magic happens. This is a 22-year breakout, right? Like the Nokia, like the Rambus, like the AMD. So this is a 22-year slumber it's coming out of, right? And a lot of it's happened, right? But in this market, that's the beginning. This is just the beginning. The first 10,000%, the start. Now you got to go up 1,000x, right? So here's the weekly. Look at this fucker. Look at that thing. Hello. Are you kidding me? It's a 25-year freaking Andy Dufresne. You don't think this bad boy's going to go running for Say Wataneo? Let's go. Give me the 38. You give me the 38, you're going to 75 on the stock. No brainer on the leaps. No brainer. If you don't know, LightPath 15s going out 2 years. I had the 10s, and I went to the 15s instead. It's just a way to own the stock for the next 603 days without having, again, now they're so deep in the money. I mean, they're so damn expensive now. These were $5 or $6 when we were looking at them. Oh, would I hold it overnight? It's hard to say no, but no, because I just kind of explained why I don't really have to hold it overnight. I want to be able to come back in fresh and kind of just like this LightPath. I didn't have to hold it overnight to take advantage of the nice move. Same thing with Oracle. Nice move today. Hopefully it consolidates, comes back in, and you get to buy it again tomorrow. And tomorrow we're buying the 205s, hopefully with the break to 208 and 210. Somebody's paying attention to me. XC, love it. The open, I would definitely hold it overnight. If you sold half your options, you're in a free trade, right? The thing is, remember, once you hold a $5 call, this thing opens up at $4.96 tomorrow. Those options go right back to 4 cents. So if you sell half, now it's a free trade, or sell 60%, now it's really free money. And there's your 30. 27.50 gets you what? Oh, wait, was it programmed to go to 30 or wasn't it? Oh, did it just go to 30 exactly? Oh, wow. As if it was programmed to go there. Because 22.50 gets you 25, 25 gets you 27.50, 27.50 gets you 30. Look at that right there. Now you raise your stop to the last pivot point. This is one of those stocks. You're not selling this thing. You got to be thinking 100. 30 gets you 50. 50 gets you 80. 80 gets you 120. You got to start factoring in that this stock could possibly go to $120 a share. $10x off the last pivot. That's the $120.81. Now, here's another thing with this stock, right? Do you have to hold it overnight? Meh. But tomorrow, when this thing is chopping around and then breaks over VWAP, you're buying those $30 calls for tomorrow, and you're going to crush it because there's nothing on top. There's no way for the shorts to protect themselves. There aren't any other options above this price. Oh, wait, there are. Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, people. Oh, shit. I just stumbled onto something. This is the Carvana moment. Let me explain. And again, this is more about crushing shorts, and I know all about that. There's only $30 calls and 30.5s for tomorrow. So there's no way for the moronic shorter to protect himself, because what we used to do as delusional psychopathic shorters, we would short the stock, but then we'd buy an overhead call as our hedge in case we were wrong. So we knew if it getting blown out of the short, at least we got hedged. There's no way for these morons to hedge themselves. What's going to happen? It's going to rip because they got no way to protect themselves above 30.5. This thing breaks 30.5. It's going to rip. And if you just said to yourself, well, it's up 58% already. And what's that matter? You don't think this can go to 60 tomorrow in this market with no options to protect the shorters? By the way, this is free money right here. You can buy this one at 185 and sell this for 185. What the hell is that all about? These should be a little bit differently priced, but actually I'd buy the 30s of the, there you go. Try to get these at $1. That ain't a bad spec play for tomorrow. Wait, you see over 30.5 for tomorrow? Maybe next week. Hey, by the way, this is where you're supposed to say, hey, Kenny, nice call on that UMAC at 25. 27.50 got me 30. It's all right. It's all right to be amazed at how awesome I am. But remember, I stink at this. I have no idea what I'm doing. And they start stacking those offers at 30. You know that's going higher, right? This thing's not going down. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Wizards involved in UMAC, no? Wizard tells me about RDW. I'm like, what do you know about RDW? She says she's buying it. I'm like, I'm in. By the way, this one's on the verge of an all-time high break too. Look how it got there. Triple top. What happened? You win the lottery? I'll be right back. Yo, YouTubers. Oh, look, it's my first YouTuber. There he is. Pasquale, or Pascal de Groot from Belgium. This guy. My first viewer on YouTube in 07. There he is. It was him and Solid. There he is. By the way, you see this UMAC trade? That's classic scalping. Right? This is a classic scalp trade. Breaks a big fat whole number with momentum. You buy the 30 break and you make this money. And then you put stop at 30 because you know you're chasing, but it's still working. So you keep doing these trades. 30 break, get you 32.50. There's no way to protect themselves. Anybody buy some UMAC options? Why not? Right? 30s were just $1.80. 31s, you might 30.5s, you might have get them for $1.20, or already $1.75. Monster. And what do I got to show for any of this? I'm still in AGQ, waiting. See, if I had the patience like I'm displaying here on AGQ with every one of my trades, I'd be in a different stratosphere of life. Not that my life would be any different if you gave me $20 million liquid right now. I'd probably just go buy that house in Colorado without having to worry about it. But I'd probably be the same person. If I was a billionaire, I'd probably be doing something different. By the way, if I become a billionaire, I'll still do the show because it'd be even more fun. And then we'd be able to manipulate the stock market together. If I was a billionaire, oh man, we'd have some fun. We would take some of these bullshit stocks that have like 900 shares traded on a daily basis, and we would just all pile in. We'd rip. I would show you what manipulation looks like, and I'd let you in on it. By the way, let me take a quick break. I ain't going anywhere. I got at least an hour to go, and then I'm going to rest up and going to hit the road. I might not be around tomorrow morning in my normal frosty ways. I might be a little hungover. And speaking of music, thank you for Alexis, as a matter of fact, bringing this group to my attention back in the day. I think it was you, Black Angels. They've got a song called Manipulation and Currency, which is great. This one is Manipulation. By the Black Angels. I'll be right back. What are you doing? Go play some tennis? Tennis!
Red and green was the color of her dress, manipulation. Pale blue was the color of her eyes, manipulation. Yellow was her hair. Orange sunburst to red out her hair, manipulation.
When you can feel her madness, she will call you out. Watch out for her dark side, and you soon will figure out to run off. She's draining you, and she's got you.
Red and green was the color of the ground, manipulation. Pale blue was the color of the steel, manipulation. Yellow was her hair. Icy gray was her glare, manipulation.
And you can feel her madness, you see right through her smile. Once you turn your back in, then you soon will figure out to run off. She's draining you, and she's got you.
was the color of the money in her hand. Pale blue were the color of the flowers on his casket. Yellow was her hair. Icy gray was her manipulation.
You can see her sadness. She will call you out.
Hey, listen, if you just didn't join me on this UMAC trade, what are you waiting for? It's the greatest market ever. Don't hesitate. Things breaking $30. I just explained to you why this could be an epic short squeeze that just got started again because of these options. They have these shorting maniacs because I know how they think. They're all shorting this stock. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, manipulation. Oh, Trump's. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You're gonna get killed. You got to take advantage of these these squeezes. That's what this whole market's all about. That's why this clove trade is hilarious. Yeah, Black Angels, man, and they're great live. I seen them live. I only knew like 2 songs. Like this song, if I ever do write my movie, this is my intro song right here. Credits roll. One man drives alone in a black vehicle. The roads are wet. As the killer stalks his prey, his next victim. So listen, these Lex. Oh, by the way, if you're in AGQ, I'm not selling any more of it. I've held this long. I got to get at least another $1.70 out of this piece of stinky thing. Hey, by the way, there was one more trade I wanted you guys to look at. And by the way, if you're not in the UMAC yet, come on now. Come on now. And if you just bought the 30, yeah, you should be nervous. You just bought a stock that's up 60%, you maniac, but it doesn't matter because that's the market we're in. 30 gets you 31, sell. Sell some here at 31, put your stop at 30 and a half and 30 and a quarter, and have a nice day, right? And now that we're finally making some real money on this AGQ trade, raise your stop to the 1250 because there ain't no way you're letting it go back below 1250. We waited all this freaking time, right? You're not letting it go back below 1250 without selling it. Right? I guess I'll give it to 12.15 right there. But it's trades like this that you like. Let's say you were afraid to buy UMAC this whole day, right? On and on and on and on and on, right? You're afraid. After I've just carefully explained to you why 30 could be another launching spot. Give it a shot. Buy yourself 200 shares. Feel what it feels like to make money in a momentum-driven, psychotic, delusional bull market that we're in. It's fun. It's fun when you can just press a button and have $200 show up in your account. Q's new highs, by the way. Q's new highs, by the way. I mean, do you remember when we were short the Qs early this morning? Those were fun times. And Jamie, who's now one of the best amongst us, he says, well, you really can't trust this short either, right? Because UVXY is red. I'm like, right. As much as I wanted to believe it, Jamie made the point. And the point was the right point. Because we're in a market that doesn't go down anymore. So yesterday's lows could be now new generational lows. You guys having fun yet? It's been a fun day, right? It's been a fun life. Been a fun morning. Been a fun year. I ain't pretending. My best month in a long time was February into middle of March because I milked that short. Man, I did all right with that short position. By the way, I'm still short UVXY. You know, I haven't covered that, right? I'm still short UVXY. Never covering. Never. It's going to zero, right? We've been short for the last 2 months, right? Going to zero. Not covering. And that's what I said. I'm not buying puts on it because I don't want to get the timing wrong. But now anybody who bought any puts on it, you must have got paid, hopefully. And we got 114 on AGQ. So if you guys are dying to take some profits, be my guest. I'm looking for 115. I'll sacrifice a little bit of money. But now that we hit 114, I raised my stop because I don't want to blow it. I waited so long to get paid on this trade, and I'm not going to let it go down. So now I raise my stop to the top of the range. Yeah, I'll let it. Yeah, what do I want to do? 1305. Right there. Yeah, I'll give it to 113. And that's how I stay in these trades, marking myself up. If you want to call it a trailing stop, I'm trailing it, I guess. Q's new highs. There is no headline that's going to make UVXY go up anymore. Because even if it does, it's only a one-day wonder. It'll always go back down. And by the way, now I could officially say I have fucked up this open trade. Oh, shit. What a call, dude. Sick. $5 options for 4 cents, banging them out at 8 and 11, and now they're at 18. How you doing? Thankfully, this AGQ trade worked. That would have been real freaking annoying if I happened to be in the one loser this afternoon. Oh, by the way, the other trade that wasn't working earlier. Thank you for bringing that one up. Remember this one? Sid U? Uh-huh. It never broke down. You never knocked me down, Ray. You never knocked me down. If you don't know that movie, stand up right now. Look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a couple of punches because that's from the movie also. And the movie is You Never Knocked Me Down, Ray. You never knocked me down. I'll give you a hint. Robert De Niro. There you go. Well, I need just one person to understand what I'm talking about. It keeps me going. All right, AGQ. All right, now it's more than a day's pay, so that's good. You guys got some AGQ? Again, it's a reversal. You got to trade it. It's about time this thing reversed and stayed green. But don't blow it. Yeah, Raging Bull, I saw it too young as a kid. Kind of scarred me. The movie was kind of disturbing. Seeing it as a young kid. I remember something very off-putting, as the saying is. Ho, AGQ, let's go. Come on. 30 more cents, baby. Come on, baby. You can do it. Right? Yeah, I saw that movie when I was like 6 or 7 years old, I think. Yes. I remember being disturbed by it. Like when I first saw Apocalypse Now, That movie scared the shit out of me. Apocalypse Now. And I saw it years later. I'm like, why was I so? And then I saw Apocalypse Redo with the when they're all trapped in the freaking helicopter. That's still that scene's weird and creepy. That movie was fucked up. AGQ, here we go. Q's new highs, by the way. AGQ. Come on, give me that extra quarter, baby. By the way, I'm not selling the whole thing if it hits 115. I'm selling just another 50 shares. And we look for 117.50, and maybe we got something here. Hopefully, yes. By the way, UMAC, we definitely have something going on here. It's all right. It's all right. That's where I get that. That's one of my favorite quotes that nobody knows that that's from Apocalypse Now. It's all right. It's all right. When they're about to kill him and Hopper comes to the rescue to tell him that he's with him. Oh, Dennis Hopper in that movie was so good. I've gone back to watch Apocalypse Now probably 100 times. The movie's dark, deep, scary. Never get off the boat. Fucking cougar, man. They got clean. I've seen that movie way too many times. Were you trying drugs? That opening scene, man, with that when he's sitting on the bed and the fans going around. Oh man. I mean, there's so many great parts of that movie. I mean, Flight of the Valkyries, smelling napalm in the morning. I mean, you forget there's so many great scenes. So great. I mean, and plus the soundtrack is probably one of the best soundtracks ever put together. I think you got two movies in your head. William Dafoe, isn't that Platoon? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have milked this AGQ. Man, if I was this patient on every damn trade, my whole life would be different. See, this is me just being angry on the AGQ. I want every goddamn penny. I got smoked on this thing last week. Well, it was 2 weeks ago. All right. All right. At least that worked. I feel a little better about my life now. So yeah, UMAC, anything above 30, I would hang in there with this stock, especially again if you're trading options. Once you hold again a Friday expiration, by definition, you probably shouldn't hold it. But if you're crushing it on this open $5 call and you sold enough, yeah, maybe you hang in there with some of those. What a day, right? Nice eclectic mix of trades today, right? And to think I was short the Qs to start this whole thing. Wild. By the way, the other drone stocks that you might not be familiar with, Schwarmer, that was the IPO. SWMR, thing does not go away. AVEX, I believe. I forgot what that was involved in, but that's an IPO. Loving this XE. That's the energy Amazon play. And don't be surprised if we're buying 745 calls tomorrow on the Qs on our way to 750 into the close. All right. On that note, I'm out of here. Pleasure serving you, my friends. If you are interested in trying to work for me, I'm going to start taking it serious starting on Monday. And then I only have one more trip planned, and then I'm going to be hunkered down. Earning season starts again. I want to be prepared to take advantage of every one of these trades. Just send me an email, kennyglick@AOL.com. Contact me directly. We'll have a conversation. And then I'll put you in front of my therapist. We have to do psychological exams first. First of all, you must be nuts if you want to work for me. Second of all, we just have to test your level of psychoticness. You guys have a great rest of the day. Maybe our friend Solid Jello shows up, but I might not be back for the rest of the day. I got some stuff to do, and then I said I got to drive a couple hours for a show. I'm staying overnight, and that's it. No, Thursday nights are done for now. We're trying to retool it. I'm waiting to hear what Don's doing because I want to retool and do something with him because I want to make it more, keep it where it's options, but I want to talk more about what he does. And, I'm just trying to, he's working on his own thing right now. So I want to try to do something with him. All right. I'll see you in cyberspace. Obviously raising stop on AGQ. I didn't sell. I mean, it was 3 cents away from my exit. Ugh. But yeah, I'm down to 80 shares. Nice trade. I'm gonna sell at 114 if it happens. And if you're in the UMAC and the open, yeah, I mean, you're in the driver's seat. It depends on if you want to gamble or not. I don't like being in options on a Thursday and holding them on Friday when they expire, because if they pull back even a little bit, it's 100% loss on the option. UMAC goes under 30, these are done. But I don't mind looking at UMAC again. Little folk show, bro, 27.50 again tomorrow. We'll buy the 30s again for 50 cents and hopefully make a 5-bagger when it rips to 35 tomorrow. I'm not adopting kids, but if you want to name your new kid after me, I won't be mad. There are not enough Kennys going around. My name's old now. I heard the old women's names are coming back. So hope Gladys and Phyllis make a comeback. Those are my aunts, Aunt Gladys and Aunt Phyllis. With Leonard and Phyllis. With my great aunt and uncle. Leonard had a club foot. Scared the crap out of me every time I went there. He had one foot smaller than the other, so he had to wear this big boot. Oh, man. Aunt Phyllis and Roz was her sister. And Helen. Now you know way too much about my family tree. Helen, Phyllis, and Roz. They were the greatest. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you soon.